Well, today you're listening to Monday with the Mayor here on 18 WJTS. Today we are speaking on the phone with Loogootee Mayor Noel Harty.
Well, how is your community responding to COVID?
We're up to 20 cases now in Martin County, but I think we've been just very fortunate. Of course, you'd rather have none, right? But we've been very fortunate. So, but 20 is minor compared to some communities, right? So, and that's for the whole county. So, but anyway, so we're. I think some people the majority are still kind of being cautious, but I think, some are just trying to get back to what the way things were before. So I don't know if that's good or bad. So.
And how are the small businesses in Martin County doing with everything?
I do think that some of the smaller, the independently owned restaurants, I think it was a little bit of a struggle. I think some of them did get, I think that they did do carry out and they did okay with that, but I don't think it was the same as people actually dining in. So I think that's been a struggle. That's from the feedback that I've gotten. That's pretty much, the only downside that I've really heard. So, and unfortunately, we did have a clothing store that had just opened right before this, and then they appeared. So that was devastating because there was no carry out there or anything. They just had to basically close. So, but anyway, so yeah, I mean. Probably when thinking about it, our new clothing store probably got hit the hardest because she had just opened, and you would enjoy that sometime when you're up here. It's called Betsy's Boutique, which it's part of a chain, and it's a really neat store. So, but it's primarily women's clothing, and jewelry. But I mean, it's beautiful. So.
And how are Loogootee schools going to handle going back?
They're having their graduation Friday night. And it's at, I'm not sure, I think it's at 7, but then they're just allowed to have, each student senior is just allowed to have 2 guests. So basically their parents, and they have positioned I saw a picture of the seating or whatever, and it is 6 feet apart and all that. So now this past weekend we had a parade and we've got our banners up and all that, and we had a little reception for them at the city park. So.
Awesome.
And they were each given a mask, for I don't know so much about if we were able to promote social distancing like we would have liked, but we did give them a mask, each one of them. So.
And with since you guys can't have Summerfest, how will that impact your economy there?
Well, the Summerfest is an event that's sponsored by local businesses, and it's not necessarily an event that is to make money, but to offer a service to our community by our local businesses and so forth. And it's very unfortunate we couldn't have it. First time in 17 years or whatever that we haven't had an event, but. We're looking forward to next year. We didn't reschedule because, as you know, when you get into the fall, some of us think that maybe we ought to move it to the fall anyway, but, that wasn't the plan for this year. And when we do that, we want to have a plan. We just don't want it to be a reaction to something else. And as you know, there are a lot of festivals and there's volleyball and different things going on in the fall. So it would have to be the perfect time to have it. So.
And you've been listening to Monday with the Mayor here on 18 WJTS, and today we've been on the phone with Loogootee Mayor Noel Harty. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching 18 WJTS, local people watching local people.